Welcome to Kidmissing TV. I'm your host, Angelina Wilson. This is the case of Stephen Craig Damman. He disappeared from Long Island, New York on October 31st, Halloween, 1955, from East Meadow, Long Island. Sorry. Ugh. Okay, I didn't get it all over my face. He was 2 years old. He had blonde to strawberry blonde hair, was white, 3'2" and 32 pounds, blue eyes. I don't usually give that information for little kids because that changes so rapidly. His distinguishing marks was he was fair complected, a small scar under his chin, a mole-like birthmark on the back of his right calf, a healed fracture of his left arm. He was being treated for a growth in his kidney. His footprints are available. At the time of his disappearance, he walked with his toes turned out. He was wearing blue overalls, a blue polo shirt, a red sweater with white and blue ships on the front, and brown shoes. His mother left him and his sister outside the Fair Food Market, located a block and a half away from their home. About 2:45 in the afternoon, while she did her shopping, which she and other mothers had done several times before. There were 3 to 4 other carriages with babies left outside the store at the time. Pamela was strapped in a baby carriage while Stephen was standing beside the carriage, holding a bag of jelly beans. When she came back 10 minutes later, after buying a loaf of bread, Stephen, Pamela, and the carriage were gone. Pamela and the carriage were found unharmed behind the store. His case got attention when his sister, now well into adulthood, tested her DNA up against that of the boy in the box, who we now know has a name, Joey. And Stephen couldn't have pushed the carriage there on his own because the ground was rough and he would have had to go through traffic. There was a massive search. It was more than 1,000 people. He was never found. His mother says he was a mama's boy and he was not one to wander. That's cute. One witness claimed to have seen 6 people pick up the boy from in front of the supermarket. The parents moved to the Midwest, divorced, and Dad remarried. Like I said, okay. His family did receive multiple ransom notes, including one in late November 1955, demanding $3,000, which was $32,183 in 2022 money. Thank you to whoever figured this out so I didn't have to. $10,000, which was $107,277 in 2022 money. Then one for $14,000, $150,188 in 2022 money for his return, though they were dismissed by police as hoaxes or cruel pranks. The ransom letters sent in late November turned out to be a Queens College student who had nothing to do with Damman's disappearance. In 2009, John Barnes of Michigan came forward and suspected he may have been Damman. In 2009, John lived in Kalaska, Michigan, and he suspected he was Stephen. He underwent DNA testing on Thursday, June 18, 2009, and FBI Special Agent Andrew Arena released a statement saying DNA samples analyzed at the FBI lab in Quantico show that John Barnes and Pamela Damman Horn, Stephen Damman's sister, do not share the same mother. That's interesting. Did they share the same father? I find that interesting. Anyway, if you have any information in this case, you can call the Nassau County Police Department at 516-573-7000. 516-573-7000. My opinions. First of all, it's interesting that they said they didn't share the same mother, not that they didn't share the same parents. So, did they share the same father? Or did they just not look at that? They only looked at the mother. Because we all know people who share one parent the same, but not the other. I mean, if you tested my friend Kelly and my first love Charlie, they're not going to share the same mother, but they're sure as heck going to share the same father. So, in my opinion, they need to clarify that. Also, Stephen got attention because his name was connected to the Boy in the Box case. Which isn't a bad thing. It was good for him. Unfortunately, it didn't go anywhere. I think because he was so young that Stephen is still out there. And this man may be Stephen. Although, I guess if they didn't share the same mother, and they were that close in age, then maybe he wasn't Stephen. Maybe that's why they only tested for mother. I don't know. But I believe Stephen is still out there. I believe he was raised. These are my opinions. I can't understand why they would even move the baby carriage. Why not just take Stephen by the hand and walk off with Stephen and leave the baby carriage? I don't understand that. And please, no hate for the mother because she left her kids outside the store. She wasn't doing full shopping. She got a loaf of bread and a couple of other items. And it was done routinely. And at the time, it was not a big deal. Even when I was a kid, when they were starting to tell you, don't leave your kids in the car at the store, even if you lock the doors, parents still did it. So, and that was in the 70s and 80s. I don't know if they were telling them that in the 70s yet. I think they started telling them that in the 80s, after Adam Walsh and all that stuff. So, yeah. Don't worry, Mom, I'm not trying to block your face. I'm trying to make sure there's plenty of room for the poster. Love you, Mommy. Um, so, I like to sort of summarize and give you my opinions at the end of each case. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 by Memorial Day. We're currently at 232. And please check out and subscribe to my vlog channel, Punky's World, to see my adventures in giving myself a shot, which I just started as of this filming yesterday. There's no video on the shot from yesterday because it was done at the hospital. It was a teaching shot because it was the first one. So if you're interested in that or some advent calendar unboxings I've been doing, please go over there and check it out. And a whole lot of other stuff. Because we're trying to get to 200 over there by St. Patty's Day, in honor of my Irish heritage. Bye, guys. Mwah.